The education sector has been grappling with numerous challenges such as high school dropouts, inadequate teacher numbers, and less than impressive performance in many public primary and secondary schools. When universal primary education was introduced in 1997 and universal secondary education nearly 10 years later, the hope was that some of the challenges would be surmounted. Many years later, the Ministry of Education and Sports has recorded numerous achievements, but also a number of challenges as highlighted by the line minister, Janet Kataha Museveni. She was opening the 25th Education Sector Review meeting in Kampala.
The challenges which the sector faced in the implementation of planned activities and targets include insufficient resources, inadequate inspection, limited involvement of parents, governance issues, scarcity of data.
One of the biggest challenges is the high pupil-to-classroom ratio, estimated at 70 pupils per classroom instead of 40 to 1. Education Ministry Permanent Secretary Alex Kakooza says the issue is being addressed.
In secondary schools, we are trying to have a secondary school in each sub-county. And in primary school, we are trying to have a primary school in every parish.
There was also concern that teachers in some private schools were working at a mercy of the school owners with no job security, yet they play a big role in education. The rate of teacher job losses in these schools was put at about 50%. According to the ministry, many teachers are dismissed towards the end of the month without any pay and any benefits in violation of employment and labor laws.
Using the Education Act, we think we have a duty, first of all, to sensitize the private owners of these private operators of these schools of the need, to provide proper employment terms, good employment terms of the teachers.
I also asked the PS about enforcement of the ban on holiday teaching, which the ministry introduced some time back. The third-term school calendar began this week after a 3-week holiday.
We have seen a decrease, at least in teaching during holidays. And, for example, here in Kampala, those who have persisted have been doing it in small groups and in people's homes.
Another sticky issue is loading pupils with homework and parents taking children or leaving them to go to school before daylight. Some children leave home as early as 5 a.m., which may not only affect their learning, but also compromise their security.
In our lower secondary curriculum, for example, we have factored it in. We expect that learners will begin classes at 8 and also end the formal classes, I think at 3, before 4 o'clock.
Development partners provide significant funds to support the education sector. Donor representatives advised government on some areas to focus on to improve education.
Investing in girls' education reduces the likelihood of child marriage, delays in childbearing, improves child health, and leads to higher incomes from girls themselves. Ending child marriage today in Uganda could generate up to $2.7 billion in annual benefits by 2030.
The former South African president, the late Nelson Mandela, once said that education is the most powerful tool that can change the world. And for Uganda to do better in the education sector, there is need for concerted effort of the teachers, parents, and other stakeholders. Sudil Yaruhanga, NTV, Kampala.